Si Genaro. Hello, Si. How are you?
Good morning, Alex. Thanks for having me on the show.
Come and get nice and close to that microphone. I want people to be able to hear you loud and clear because you've had an exciting weekend. You end up on The Voice. I say you end up on The Voice. You obviously wanted to get on The Voice. What did you do? Did you send in a demo, or how does it work?
Well, funnily enough, I heard they were doing auditions in my hometown, and not only in my hometown, but actually in the pub where I run the open mic.
Okay,
so I did it just for a giggle.
And where is that? What pub?
It's O'Neill's in Bournemouth.
Right.
I call it my hometown. I don't actually live there, but that's where all my musical sort of doings happen. So I call it my, what's up, Bournemouth?
So you go down to O'Neill's in Bournemouth, and you do your audition. And what do you do?
I did the audition, and it was a 10-minute. So I did 3 songs, and it was pretty much like doing a gig there. And I've only done about 1,000 gigs there, so it just felt so at home. Got invited back to another audition the next day in a little music college around the corner.
Okay, and then do you not hear anything for months? You get a phone call? Or
yeah, it goes, you don't hear anything, and then you hear something, you're like, I'm through the next round, and, this goes on for a little while. And, it does actually, you keep thinking, oh, that's it, I'm not going to hear from them. And then you get a phone call, and it's just magic. So I couldn't believe it. I still remember where I was when I got the phone call that said I was actually going to be on, and it was incredible.
Now, there was a guy on it. I did see a little bit of the week before, and there was a welder from up north, a guy called Bob, who was absolutely brilliant, and nobody turned their chair around. And this guy had an amazing voice.
I met him. Yeah, it was lovely.
Oh, well, he was on the week before, wasn't he? So you were more or less at the same recording?
Yeah, same recording. I don't know the way they obviously jumble things together, because, that's how it works. But I was sat right next to him in a chair, and he's a really, really lovely guy, and he had the shiniest shoes I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, you could see your face in them.
Well, he was just amazing, and I'm thinking...
Brilliant singer, totally
it's called
brilliant.
The Voice.
Should have I'm not saying they should have turned chairs for me, but they definitely should have turned for him. But, that's up to them,
Am I guessing that all these people come in, and then if they've got a bunch of really good ones, and then a bunch of some flat ones, they jumble them up to make different episodes? Do you think maybe that happens?
I would have thought so, yeah. I suppose ultimately it's television, and they've got to make it appealable. Appealable? Is that even a word?
I think it is. If it's not, it is now. So you end up on the Voice. Is it fair to say you stole the show? Because not only did you sing and were a big hit with the crowd, also you got to sit in will.i.am's chair.
I totally did, and it was a very comfortable chair, and I did sit on his tablet. I say tablet because if I mention the brand name, I'll have to say other tablets are available, which I've said anyway now, so I should have just said it in the first place.
So anyway, did you think this is my moment, and I'm going to milk this for all it's worth, because the more I milk it for, the more I'm going to get myself on the TV, and the longer I'm on TV, the more memorable I'm going to... Is that going through your head, or are you just larking around?
Not really, no, I was just clowning around. I mean, obviously, I just do things. I'm just one of those people. There's not really a lot of forethought that went into it. I just kind of, I was there, I was having a bit of fun. I do tend to work with the crowd. If there's a big crowd there and they're going crazy, I tend to work with that. And there was a big crowd there. There was a lot of energy in that room. And I was just going with it, really. I never really expected any of it to get shown, or certainly not as much as they did show. So I'm really very flattered. And The Voice they're just lovely human beings. I'd recommend anyone to do the show.
So were you surprised on Saturday night? Was that the first time you saw it? And you thought, hang on, I'm on for, was it 8 or 9 minutes?
It might have even been 10 minutes or something, Wow. I mean, I actually was in agreement with some of the Twitter comments, because obviously I do love doing Twitter. I was in agreement with some of the people on there, some of the other contestants that might have mentioned the fact that I've been on there, like enough already. So I was kind of, I tend to agree. To be honest, I don't like to see myself on the television at all. I love doing it, but I don't want to watch myself.
What song did you do to try and get them to turn the chairs round?
It was Land Down Under by Men at Work.
Right, and they didn't, and you see the chairs haven't turned round. Are you getting nervous? You think I'm nearly at the end of the song and you haven't turned round
there's
yet?
that big feeling in the pit of your stomach of, there's gloom, there's a sense of gloom that sort of overrides the proceedings. But having said that, it's weird because you're high and low at the same time. It's a very strange feeling, because when you get to the end, you've just done a great performance, the crowd are going crazy, you didn't turn the chairs, and then they turn around, and it's like... It's just so... And to see Kylie's face as well, Kylie's reaction when she turned around, if you saw her face, someone actually got a picture of it, you can find it on the internet, it's just... I was there and she looked at me like that, and I was like... It was surreal to the nth degree.
Put your headphones on. We've got Gail in Copner here for you. Hello, Gail. How are you?
I just wanted to say, I just rang Rebecca up to say that I think he made the show that night. It was fantastic. Such a bubbly personality. Really, really great.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really nice of you. You know, people have been so kind. I think the only real negativity I had was from the Daily Mail, but I think they had a point to make and an axe to grind as they usually do, so let them get on with it.
No, I think you were fantastic. You made the show for me that night.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
If you follow me on Twitter, I'll send you a tune or something. I'll post you something.
Okay,
You wish you never bothered.
Thank you.
All right, Gail,
Bye.
thank you very much. What did the Daily Mail say about you, Si?
Well, I think there was more a comment about the show. You know, I think they were basically saying that, you know, having people like me on there blows the integrity of the show a little bit. But you know what? It's about entertainment. It's about Saturday night, and it's about, you know, there's brilliant singers on there, you know, and I think on a good day I'm a pretty good singer. That might not have been my best vocal performance, but, you know, if I can't invest enough vocal emotion into that song to turn the chairs, the least I'm going to do is entertain people and make some
you're right.
television.
It's Saturday Night Entertainment. I've got to be honest, I thought the voice was pretty dire. I thought it was flat, clinical, dull, until Kylie arrived, and she seems to have been the secret ingredient that's pulled it all together.
She can totally lively up any party. I mean, you know, she hasn't turned up at my party yet, but if she does, she'll be most welcome. I'll make her a cup of tea.
Let's have a little listen to you. We're getting some chair action on the show on Saturday night on BBC One.
He's definitely from the future, isn't he? He's too cool for our time. His phone's in here. I won't touch it. And there's a drink.
So, like, what do you do in the forest?
I mainly chase badgers, really. You know, there's not a lot else to do.
It must have been a big thrill to meet will.i.am. I mean, he's such a wonderful producer and artist. And Tom Jones, a legend, and Kylie, and they all were very nice and huggy, weren't they?
Yeah, I noticed you didn't mention Ricky.
Well, I don't know him. He's the guy from the script, or the guy's taken over from the guy from the script.
He's the guy that's taken over. He's in the Kaiser Chiefs. I actually really love the Kaiser Chiefs. I don't know much about Ricky. Obviously, all the rest of them guys are sort of mega stars, but they have to have one that's kind of, you know, more in touch with the people, I suppose. And he's the man. But I was a fan of the Kaiser Chiefs. So,
what did Tom Jones say to you?
Tom Jones, he said something like words along the lines of, have you considered a career in comedy? I don't even remember what I said in reply. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it's out there, but...
So when you did the song and they didn't turn around, then you said, well, look, I've got this other one, The Chicken Train. Is that what happened?
Do you know what? I can't really remember it. I think that's what I said. It was all just very spontaneous. I mean, I had this kind of chicken train thing as a thing I lark around with, but it was nothing... It wasn't a tune. And when I was just messing around with a harmonica, and before I knew it, the band had joined in, and it suddenly turned into something epic.
Well, let's have a listen.
You do a lot of shows?
I do actually combine music with comedy sometimes. When I was in the hotel room the other day, I did actually write a song called Chicken Train.
Can we hear?
Yes, yeah. Chicken Train.
So that was all ad-libbed, and that was...
It was all ad-libbed. I have to say, fair play to the Voice house band. Are just absolutely brilliant, those guys. They're just epic musicians. We're releasing that song today, by the way. Actually, a remix by a friend of mine, Future Revival, and it's going to be on Bandcamp tonight at 6 o'clock. Do you mind me plugging that?
What is Bandcamp?
It's a thing you can... It's an instant download service where, you know, because if you put something on iTunes, it takes ages to go up there, whereas Bandcamp, you can do it pretty...